Hello once again, everyone. Welcome to Cruznick's Purgatory. I'm your host, Cruznick X. Alongside me, Arya Stormborn.
Hey, y'all.
And we are well on our way to completing the Stormblood storyline for Path of the Ninja. In the last episode, we learned of a scroll that was stolen from some Laminsons, and they were Domin. For lack of better term, they were pretty much Domin, and many questions need to be answered. I can't really, but oh, and Karasu made an appearance. So, how is he linked into all of this? One can only guess. But we're gonna speak with we are hopefully gonna get some answers. We're gonna speak to Yomei and complete the level 63 quest, Ninja Bathin Redux. Ah, Chris, I have a letter from you from Master Oboro. It would appear that his investigation in Kugane has borne fruit. Here, see for yourself. Dear Chris, I hope this letter finds you well. After a long and rather uneventful voyage, we have arrived safely in Kugane. Captain Jack seems quite taken with Hingan culture, and is enjoying a stroll in the pleasure quarters at this very moment. But forgive me, you are not interested in a diary of our travels. As for the matter of the scroll, rumors abound of a band of Domin scofflaws have been causing a stir in town of late. Putting together the accounts we have heard, the good captain and I are convinced that these are the thieves we seek. If the word about town is to be believed, these individuals are far more dangerous than we had imagined. I trust that you have been pursuing your ninjutsu training with your usual diligence. My apologies. Of course you have. In any event, we would have you join us at your earliest convenience. We will be keeping an eye out for your arrival. Seek us in the alley behind the second pier ferry docks. Safe travels, friend. It is good to see Master Oboro in good spirits once more. Ever since the elders commanded him to remain here in Eorzea, he has not quite been himself. After all, a shinobi without a duty to carry out is as a hawk with clipped wings. It is good to see Master Oboro soaring high once more. Still, I worry though. I have great respect for the man. He can often be too trusting for his own... Though I have great respect for the man, he can often be too trusting for his own good. Pray, go to his side, friend, and see that he does not get himself into undue trouble. May the Kami carry you safely across the sea. Alright. We're off to Kugane. First, I'm going to change my minion.
Oh, he's so cute.
I'll own him some favorites later. I need my hunting hawk. Yeah, well, I like my hawk.
It'd be good if you could actually hunt.
Alright, here we are in Kugane. Hey, Tsubame's here too! Chris, I thank you for answering my call. Tsubame too has made the journey from the village to join us in retrieving the scroll. It is an honor to stand by your side again, Chris. Master Oboro will doubtless benefit from your presence, as he always does. Likewise, I figured we could use some few more dimba-dambas on the job, so I've sent for Underfoot and the Stray. The ship should be pulling in the harbor before long. In the meantime, allow me to share what we have learned. Reliable sources have it that the theft of the scroll is the work of the Garnet League, a notorious band of outlaws feared throughout Doma. When the Doman Rebellion was crushed 1 year ago, many a samurai fled to the battlefield to escape the Empire's wrath. Dishonored and unable to return home, most turned to banditry to eke out a living. It is the most lethal of these warriors who form the Garnet League. Cutting down innocent men for their coin purses, plundering villages, the men and women of the Garnet will gladly stain their hands with blood, as long as it means they will live to see the morrow. Why they covered that scroll so, I cannot say. All I do know is that if we do not stop them, they are all but certain to leave a trail of corpses in their wake. We must move, and quickly. Fortunately, they should not prove hard to find. Confident in their ability to cut down anyone who dares oppose them, they take little trouble to conceal themselves. On the contrary, they parade their garnet-hued kimono for all to see. You can distinguish them from the similarly garbed Sekisegumi by their lack of a hakama and their singularly uncouth demeanor. Let us split up and cover as much ground as we can. Chris, I would entrust the Shiokaze Hostelry and the Rakuza district to you. Keep to the shadows and gather what knowledge you can. When we are done with the task, let us reconvene here. Alright, so we've got the Shiokaze Hostelry and the Rakuza district. We'll start with the Hostelry. Seriously, where am I supposed to be hiding? If I'm supposed to be hiding on top of the damn spire, I'm going to be really pissed. So not kidding.
Why don't you just send the bird?
Alright, you know what, when I find... Wait a minute. Alright, let's hide. These men look to be members of the Garnet League. They seem to be discussing something. One day, she has us sneaking into a bleeding Imperial storehouse. The next, the Confederacy's chasing us halfway across the Ruby Sea. Sakura could pay us twice what she does, and it wouldn't be bloody worth it. Come now, even you must admit it was quite the little adventure. Though it was fortunate that we came upon those Eorzean pirates when we did, and that they believed our little ruse. In the end, we made it here with our little prize, did we not? We simply took a slight detour. We didn't all make it. Or have you forgotten those we left behind at Bloodshore? Cut down by pursuers, no doubt. The poor bastards. Whose brilliant idea was it to go along with that masked man's plan anyway? If our brothers could not fend for themselves, they have only themselves to blame. As for our mysterious benefactor, he led us here as promised, did he not? Now we need only wait for our client to show and deliver the goods, and we will never need worry about going hungry again. Speaking of which, just how long does our men mean to keep us waiting? I'm beginning to wonder if someone isn't playing all of us for fools. Now, we were late with our delivery after all. Word has it our client returned to Koshu when we did not show, and now is making the long journey back to Kugane. We owe him some patience, do we not? Alright, I think I see the other... I think I saw the other ones down here near the... underneath the bridge.
Sorry, anytime anyone says under the bridge, I get very hot.
Yep, thought so. These men look to be members of the Garnet League. They seem to be discussing something. I swear, I just wanted to see what all the fuss was about. Barely put a finger on the thing, and next I knew it, Sakura's blade was at my throat. I thought she was going to cut me down right on the spot. Put yourself in her shoes. They say our client is such a dangerous man, he's been known to kill those who renege on their agreements. If anything happened to the scroll, her life and ours would be good as forfeit. You're saying she's as scared as us? Sakura Brightblood, who single-handedly cut down 100 Garleans in a day during the rebellion? Sakura Brightblood, who dyes her hair red with the blood of her foes? She cuts an imposing figure, this is true. But deep down, she's actually quite the sensitive type. Sensitive? Don't make me laugh! Alright. Off with the hide. All right. What do we know? It would seem we have everyone assembled. Excellent. Let us share all we have learned. Allow me to see if I have this right. So in short, the Garnet League lifted the scroll from a Garlean storehouse at the bidding of an unknown Hingan client. They meant to set sail straight from Yanja to Kogane, but ran afoul of the Confederacy, doubtless because they were too poor to pay the ruby tithe. In fleeing, they were captured by the Krakens, so they claimed to be Doman refugees seeking asylum. Upon leaving Eorzea, they made off with the scroll and eventually found safe passage to Kugane. With Karasu's aid? That one's motives remain as inscrutable as ever, but I digress. Furthermore, they are led by one Zakuro Brightblood, about whom no small number of tall tales are told. Regardless of their veracity, there can be no doubting that she is a formidable opponent. For my part, I heard that she is the most protective of the scroll, and keeps it on her person at all times, night and day. I heard that Sakura and her followers have rented a room at the Bokairo, an inn in town famous for its hot spring baths. And all Jack managed to whittle is that old Jack managed to whittle is that the cove is right fond of her flowing locks, and that she fancies herself a cup of tea, making the trip from the inn to the tea house and back at least thrice a day. That is most enlightening, Captain Jack. Now, We must find a way to get our hands on the scroll before Zakuro's client arrives. But how? We could challenge her to single combat, but the Sekisei Gumi would not look kindly on that. Besides, we are shinobi, are we not? We must use stealth to our advantage. We simply need a plan. Look out below! Underfoot's on the scene! Good to see you again, Chris. Can't wait to snooze the new tricks you've learned from your friends here. What's the mod got to do to get herself some sushi? I'm bloody starved. And what's with all these bleeding seagulls? I swear, if another one takes a shite on my hair, it'll be seagull stew for dinner tonight. Wait, that's it! Genius! And so am I reckon. Gather on and lend me your waters, friends. Old Jack's got a plan. First, we catch Zakuro as she's beaten away from the inn to the tea house. Underfoot, Vikebi, Tsubame, you three will be in charge of causing a scene and stopping the morning in her tracks. Meanwhile, Chris, you make your way to that perch atop the market and drop some imitation seagull shite down from above. While with her precious locks all mucked up, the mod's sure to make for the hot springs. She can't very well bring the scroll into the water, so we just follow along, all stealthy-like, and have it from whatever basket she's stowed it away in. For good measure, Obero and I'll head to the bathhouse as well and keep the girl occupied until Chris has the scroll safely in his daddy's. A most impressive plan, Captain Jack. But I have one question. How do you propose that the two of us keep Zakuro occupied? Obero, surely you remember our visit to Bronze Lake and the little show I put on for our pirate friend. It's all quite simple, really. I am not certain I understand what you... Oh. On second thought, I am not quite convinced that this is the best course of action. Give yourself some more credit, lad. Now, Chris, you'll want to climb up to the roof atop the Bokairo, and then make your way across to the wire atop the markets. Here, this white dice should do a suitable seagull shite impersonation. Once underfoot and the gang lures Zakuro into position, let her fly. Alright, lads and lasses, look sharp! We'll meet back here once all's bob. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Alright. We're gonna go by way of the Bokairo Inn. Up to the rooftops. And now we wait. The pain! Oh, the pain! My poor girl! Whatever is the matter? Someone! Anyone find a healer! The girl needs help! What was... Gah! Bad sight! Oh, bloody brilliant! Thank you, kind sir and madam. Worry not. I'm not ill. You see, I haven't had a bite to eat all day. Is that all now? Fortunately, the Shiokaze Holstery is but a short walk away. I hear that Shusi is positively to die for. Shall we? My hair! My beautiful hair! Back to the bathhouse, I suppose. And now for a little search for the scroll. You search the basket, but to no avail. The scroll must be around here somewhere. Nope. I just want to see what's going on here. They're flattering her. Of course.
Well, you know, when you're scared of getting your throat slit.
I sure hope that was right. And here we are. Well done, my friends. The operation was, by any measure, a rousing success. That said, I have not seen Tsubame and the others. I do hope all is well. Now that was some rum fun, if I do say so myself. As for the cove, I wouldn't fret. Like as not, Vakebi and Underfoot dragged her up to the yaffle on some of Kugane's finer delicacies. No doubt you are right, Captain Jack. In the meantime, pray show me the scroll, Chris. I would see just what it was that Zakuro's mysterious employer covered so. Why, this is... Are my eyes to be believed? The forbidden mudra of summoning. I had half thought it was just a ghost story meant to strike fear in the hearts of shinobi who would stray from their path. Forbidden summoning? I wouldn't know a mudra from my own grandmum, but that sounds right dangersome. It is indeed, Captain Jack. The legends say that if the summoner's focus wanes for even a moment, the monstrous beast called forth by this mudra will not hesitate to devour him whole. Many years ago, it was gifted from our village to the King of Doma, then sealed away to be used only in the most dire of circumstances. But it was lost in the chaos of the Gallian invasion, and never seen again. So it has been sleeping in an imperial vault all these years. So even with this bleeding all-powerful summoning at their fingertips, the Doman still couldn't hold off the Empire. Guess it wasn't all it was cracked up to be, eh? On the contrary, we never had the chance to find out. Master Gekai, who led the shinobi, deemed the risk too great and refused to employ it, even as our nation fell. Whether Master Gekai plotted his betrayal even then, or whether he had our countrymen's best interests at heart, I cannot say, though I would like to believe the latter. Nonetheless, it is clear that none in Garlemald knew of the scroll's true power, and so it sat untouched until it was stolen by the Garnet League at the bidding of some unknown master. But aside from my fellow shinobi, who out there would know of the scroll's true power? But it matters little now. We have the scroll, and I must return it to its rightful home in my village. Afraid I can't let you do that, friend. I promised the Krakens I'd bring the scroll back for them. And I'll not have it said that Jack ain't a man of his wits. After all, the scroll's been missing from your village for 20-odd summers now. Clearly no one's suffering much. That is hardly the issue, Captain Jack. This scroll is an ancient treasure. It belongs in Doma. It belongs to those what found it, and that's the Krakens. Gods, if you ain't a stubborn bastard. Gentlemen, gentlemen, must you make such a scene? After all, strictly speaking, the scroll belongs to neither of you. And here he is. Karasu! Wherever did you... But never mind. Thank you for guiding us here. You may rest assured that the scroll will safely return to Doma. You have my gratitude. Oh, Oboro. My dear, sweet, deluded Oboro. You grow ever dimmer by the day. Do you truly believe that I do what I do for you? I did say that I was pulling all the strings in this little puppet play, did I not? Very well. Allow me to put it in words that even you can understand. The scroll belongs in Hingasi, to the master I now serve. My mistake was in entrusting to Zakuro and her lackeys what I should have seen to myself from the very start. Oh well, live and learn, I suppose. In any event, allow me to propose a simple transaction. You hand over the scroll, and I return your friends to you with all their heads still attached to their bodies. A fair trade, no? Karasu, you craven! On second thought... Yes, I do believe we could have even more fun. Keep your eyes and ears out, dim one. You'll be hearing from me again soon. Curse it all! And here I believe the man had turned over a new leaf after leaving Gekai. But no! It would seem he has simply found another villain to serve. Once a rook, always a rook, I reckon. A sharp one at that. Underfoot and the stray aren't the types to get boned so easily. As long as we have the scroll, Karasu is not like to cause our friends any harm. And yet, he is as unpredictable an adversary as they come. We must proceed with caution. Forgive me, Chris. It would mean much to me if you would remain in Kugane until our work here is through. Pray, continue to train in your ninjutsu. And I shall call upon you again when the time is right. And with that, we've completed another ninja quest. When next we go live, we will complete the level 65 quest, A Game of Life and Death. But until then, that's it for this episode of Cruise Next Purgatory. A special thank you to Arya Stormbarn for joining us.
You're welcome.
And thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the show. As always, if you're watching this on Twitch or live at PlayStation and you like this show, click the follow button, be sure to turn on notifications so you're informed of all of my live streams and videos the moment they air, and be sure to subscribe to me for exclusive access to Cruise Next Purgatory. If you're watching this on YouTube and you like this video, click the like button below and leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel by clicking here. Click here to watch more by me, click here to watch the next episode, and click here to watch the previous one. Until next time, Cruise X, signing out.